Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm Janet Trevino,
And I'm Carlos Taboda.
and we're Partners in Touch. And what I do is I provide platonic nurturing touch to people in my community in San Antonio, Texas, and Carlos is...
I am the partner of someone who provides touch to people in the community of San Antonio.
Yay! So today we're talking about this really important question, which is, what is Carlos's relationship with my work, right? With the people that I work with what I do. How does this evolve for you?
It wasn't good when it first started. I knew that she was getting into the business of providing touch, but all I heard in my mind, which was very skewed at the time because of the way I was brought up and just the way I'm built, is that she was providing touch for men. Men were going to be touching her. And, it's not like it's playtime. I couldn't be here for that. I had to be out. So who knows what was going on? There's already touch going on. So I had the ears of a couple of friends who had to hear me say over and over, I don't know what I'm going to do, blah, 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 these feelings. It was terrible. It was really terrible. But this video is going to give you a little bit about what I went through, what I had to do to overcome this, really get a grasp on it, to get a grip on it. Because a lot of it, I venture to say most of it, was me. What was going on in this noggin because of the way I was, I had decided to bring myself up in relationships. And that wasn't good. So we may even touch on some familiarities with some of you out there who may be having some difficulties with your partner. This may be what it was about. Maybe. We'll see.
So I want you to tell them the things you did, because I think the things you asked for. Because one thing is like what's going on inside you, but like your requests at the time, very interesting.
So I always prided myself in being that I had a cop mentality. I was like a police officer. And I actually became one. Because I thought, well, since I already have this mentality, why don't I just go to the academy and become a police officer? So I did. I did it late in life, too. It was about 38 or something like that. And so I could finally use all my suspicions and, what are they doing? What are they doing? For some good. And so I did that. And of course, as many of you know, and some of you, I'll just tell them right now, I retired from that. I'm out of that now. But during that time, everything that this one was doing, there was always little trails of suspicion. Why didn't she tell me this? Why is she leaving out that? Why am I finding this out 3 days later? Why didn't she want to tell me at the time?
Well, how about who's coming and what's their name?
Who's coming? What do you know about them?
And if I couldn't know any details, then what car do they drive? Did you get the license plate?
And at first, she was giving me some of that information. But then Janet got really smart. And she's like, you know what? I'm not going to tell you anything. You need to deal with your own stuff going on. Which made me even more upset and just paranoid.
So we did the thing that couples do that want to stay together but need to work through hard issues. We saw a
therapist
who was able to help Carlos and I define his role in my work,
which was not to be someone who unwantedly, for her, provided security, provided an eagle's eye. Who's that? Why didn't you get that?
I didn't need that. I didn't ask for that. What did I need?
What she needed, and what I provided now, is love and support.
That's it.
Which was very difficult to start doing. Just love and support.
Love and support.
No 2 cents, no 3 cents, no 4 cents. Just, hey.
Love and support.
If you'd like to tell me about what went on, you can.
If you're in a relationship with someone who does touch, platonic touch, cuddling, professional cuddling, who goes out and, this is their job. This is what they do in life. And you're the partner. Your only job is to love and support them. And really to ask them what that looks like for them, right? Like, what that looks like for me. So what does it mean that he loves me? That means trust, right? That means you're with me, you trust me. We trust each other, right? So like we both are looking out for the best, for each other's best. We're putting the relationship first. So that's really important. And support, what does support look like?
because I do many different things. Supporting is what I figured I already did. I was doing it in a kind of negative way. But right now, support means just lending a listening ear if something happened, and not lending a judgment ear, which is like, oh my God, when she's done with this story, I'm going to give her an "I told you so" and do this. No, that's not what you do.
You know, a lot of this work we're doing this for the first time. Many people in the community who have decided to do platonic touch. This is a brand new service, and so we're gonna make mistakes, and things are gonna happen, and we're gonna learn along the way. We don't have a lot of models, people doing this already, before us. So when I fall in a hole and I do this thing that I'm like, oh man, I really made a mistake, maybe around my boundaries or whatever, I want to come home. I want to tell my partner, like, this thing happened, and I don't need someone to tell me, what were you thinking? You know better. Like, I don't need someone to criticize me. I need someone to say, baby, it happens sometimes. You're still learning. My therapist was able to model that for him and say, even as a therapist, he told us, like, I make mistakes too. And I needed to hear that because I felt like there was some shame around the things that were happening. Sometimes not everything goes as planned. And, you learn at hindsight, right? Like, oh, next time I'm not going to let that happen again. But I needed to have someone I could come home to that could say, I'll listen, I'll hold you, let's work on this together. And it's not easy. And like my own boundaries were always evolving. And so if one day I'm like, I'm open to, whatever X, Y, and Z in a session. Maybe I'm open to someone putting their hand like maybe near my butt, like, okay, not a big deal. And then like the next client comes and like starts grabbing it. And I'm like, whoa, like at first I couldn't tell him, because he would get really upset, like, and then with counseling and therapy, talking about it more, it was like, I want to tell you these things, but I don't need you to get upset with me. What I need is you just to listen and go, baby, you're learning, like, that's okay. Like, yeah, someone grabbed your ass during a session, and what was that like for you? And like really asking me, like, how was that for you, and what happened, and how do you feel about it? Like, those are the kinds of things I needed. I didn't need someone to tell me I did something wrong.
So to change my way of thinking from being mad at her to being supportive and saying, well, tell me about that if you'd like. One of the reasons I had to look at why I was doing that is because I felt that she, in doing that, was hurting me. And she needed to take care of me. Don't you want to take care of me? You love me. Well, if you want to take care of me, you'll stop doing that. So it was all about me and how you can take care of me and keep my world calm. So that, in effect, was my way of trying to control everything.
Control, because you wanted to control your feelings. Like, you don't want to feel the yucky feelings.
Yeah, and that's something that I kind of grew up. People were saying, if you don't want to get burned by the stove, remove all these things from it, and don't do this and don't do that, and really prepare your world, prep it so that you won't get hurt. But in a relationship, you can't prepare your partner. I'm going to prepare you to be the partner that's perfect and won't hurt me. They're going to live their life also. And some of the stuff they do is going to hurt you. But you can approach it a different way. And you can look at yourself and your partner as a human being and not someone who's there to take care of you all the time and your feelings. This is your fault. You have to approach it in a way that says, you're a human being too. Tell me what happened, and you being a human in your existence here, what happened today? And let's go over it, and let me just give you the best words that I can possibly find. Hey, this is going to happen sometimes. Don't worry about it,
You get them next time. So I think that, again, what it comes down to is your relationship with my work is to love and support me. And that's, love means trust, right? Love means I trust you trust me. We have the best interest at heart for each other, for our relationship.
Yeah.
I have my privacy. I don't have to share everything with you. And that's okay. Like, some things I need to also go to other people and process with, maybe not with him. And so he just trusted, again, that I'm doing what's best for me and for this work. And then as that trust is built between us, I can share more and more. But it takes time. We're coming into our 1-year anniversary of doing this, and in the beginning, then it was really rough, and now things are going a lot more smoothly. So anyway,
and it's come down to changing it to one statement that I have is that whatever you do, do it to respect the commitment in the relationship. Know that your partner's going to do the same thing, and then just rest in that security.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Kiss. Is that your sign off?
Is it going to be this?
I
or
think
this?
so.
Maybe. I like this one still. Oh.
That's good. That works as well.
Thank you for joining. I hope this helped a bit. Watch out
Alright.
for the next ones.
Keep watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to keep also, if you need a notification, that's the best place to get it. All right. Bye.